for them in front of their house at like 4 o'clock in the morning for them to get up and have like a fake job where they were like pretending to be disabled. I've hurt my back at work, but really they were roofing somewhere, and we would catch them. And and so we would be just in the car, just me and him, and we would just talking shit. And I would be crying. And I remember I was dating this girl, and I went over her place afterwards. I was like, this guy is so much funnier than me, and he has no desire to be a comedian. It's like, it's weird. Like, he's a natural comic. Just funny all the time. You know, had this, I don't give a fuck, I'm never getting married. You know, he always cheated on his girlfriends, didn't care. He let them know. He's like, I'm not. I'm changing. He acted like a drunk even when he was sober. Even when he was sober, he was like, he kept that whole, we're on a bender mentality. He just was sober. And rode that bitch right into the rocks. Rode that fucking boat right into the shore.
God bless him.
And then died.
God bless him.
Yeah, he was a fun dude, man. Like one of the most fun people I've ever been friends with in my life.
Some of the mostly funny people, I think, aren't comedians.
Yes, a lot.
In the hang. And it's a different art. Like when you got to do it on stage, there's different expectations and it changes things. But like just in the hang, they're almost like unaware they're funny.
Right.
They're not even trying to make you laugh.
Right.
You know, it's just kind of, it's like an
you know, that do try to do comedy like that never figure out how to translate it, which is really weird.
I think it's almost too easy for them in conversation, so they don't do the work to transition it to stage.
Or have this idea of what they're supposed to be on stage, and it's very different than what they are when they're with their friends.
That's the first advice. I just go, how are you funniest around the people you're most comfortable with? Like, are you telling stories? Are you self-deprecating? Are you kind of roasting? Like, the people you're most comfortable with, how are you funny? And that, I think, is like the easiest way to access like your voice or whatever we call it, and then just add 10 years of trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
But like, you're right. Some people like try to put on a cadence of what they think a stand-up will talk about. And it's normal in the beginning. Like, you're just trying to figure this shit out.
You sound like a tell.
Exactly. Yeah. Like in New York, everybody sound like a tell.
Yeah.
Like when I was coming up, a tell was... Even the way that they would do act-out sounds, it was all versions of a tell. And, like, naturally, you're going to gravitate to the best guy and what he's doing. And I'm sure, like, in L.A., everybody was trying to be Dane or something like that.
There's
like,
a bunch of guys trying to be Chappelle.
And, that makes sense.
Patrice would say that he's babies. That I got a bunch of babies out there.
Oh, I mean, I was a Patrice, for sure. Like, I remember just going, like, oh, my God, this is the highest form.
Diaz was the best example of a guy who one day figured it out. Joey Diaz was the funniest guy in the parking lot. The funniest. The funniest guy in the hang. If you were in the back bar, he was the funniest. He was holding court. Everybody was dying. We're falling on the ground laughing. When he would get on stage, he would try to be a comedian. He would try to like set up punchline, tell a joke. I got a little joke for you. And then one day, he gave up. He gave up on being cast in movies. He gave up on the dream of having a sitcom, and he got real fat. Like, when I first met Joey, he was built like a linebacker. He was a tank, and he's fresh out of jail. You know, it was a different Joey.
Jail beat.
Scary Joey. And Scary Joey gave in to Fat Joey, and then Mitzi Shore started calling him Fat Baby, and that's all she would put him on as the lineup. It wouldn't be Joey Diaz, it would be Fat Baby. She wanted to call him Fat Baby.
Oh, so
he had this idea of changing his name to Fat Baby. You know, she named people, right? She named Carlos Mencia.
What do you mean?
She came up with that name.
That's not his name?
No, it's not his real name. His name is Ned. It's like Ned Wholeness or something like that. She came up with the idea of him having that name. Yeah. That was part of the whole video of me, like, exposing him. I was like, you're not even Mexican. And the Mexicans in the crowd were like, what?
I mean, it's close.
Honduran and half Honduran. But whatever it is.
It's a bus stop.
The thing is, Mitzi named him. And so Mitzi would name people. And she wanted to name Joey Fat Baby. And so the old lineups, I got some old lineups from the Comedy Store, and one of them, it says Fat Baby.
I love it. I love it.
But when he got fat, dude, when he started not giving a fuck and he would go on stage, all of a sudden, he went from not having good sets, you know, to kind of maybe it was a pretty good set, to destroy it.
Liberating.
Destroy. He was free. He got free, and he became the guy on stage that he was in the back. It was also around the time where medical marijuana started like really popping off in L.A. So Joey was on like 500 milligram Sheba Juice all day.
It go.
just obliterated, obliterated, and seeing people on his podcast and laughing. He was just a full-on maniac, and the absolute best guy to take on the road with you. There was no one better. You take him on the road with you. You guarantee you were having a party everywhere you go. There's a party at dinner. It's a party hanging out at the hotel afterwards. It's a party. Joey Diaz is there. We're having fun. And, you know, and he just figured out how to be that guy on stage. And then he became Joey Diaz. But it was like everybody watched it happen. Like, whoa, I never seen anybody just figure it out like that. Where, like, you went from being a 4 or a 5 to a 10.
Immediately.
To a 10, to where people are lining up in the back of the room going, what the fuck, man? Holy shit.
Did something happen culturally where what he was doing was refreshing, too? Or do you really think he just changed?
He figured out. He stopped giving a fuck. I stopped giving a fuck about those fucking people. I was worried about those people. You're going to give me a job. I want a job. I was a fucking convict. I had to be careful. You know, and then all of a sudden he's like, these people ain't giving me shit. Fuck these people. You know, and that was like right around the time, ironically, that he did The Longest Yard. So he started getting movies, started getting all kinds of things.
That's what always happens.
He didn't give a fuck anymore. And all of a sudden he was just so funny that he was undeniable.
And then undeniable, all those opportunities pop up. That's the other thing. It's like, I think sometimes I hear it come about like the importance of networking. And I'm like, it's so easy to network when you're funny. Like, once you're funny, people want to talk to you. Like, once they admire what you're doing on that stage, they want to hang out. The people that are not funny, now you got to fucking hang out every single second and network and
But the worst is the networking people that aren't, they're always trying to get work. And you're like, hey, if I wanted to give you work, I would ask. Like, you're doing the wrong kind of work. You're doing the network work and not doing the why am I not funny enough work. What's missing? Why do I not have an audience? Like, why do people not want to go see me again? Like, what is that? I
know, they will see you again if you give them a good show.
If a good show. But if you don't, it's like, there's a lot of comedy out there, kids.
There is a lot of comedy out there.
A lot of comedy out there.
I don't know. That's why, like, I'm like kind of strict on you just got to give them something. Like, I feel strongly about it because it's like if they see the same thing twice, and I'm talking about when I'm going out on a tour.
To a new market that you've been to.
It's like,
very important.
It's expensive. It's not cheap to go out to a show.
Right.
Like, so if they're getting a babysitter, they're doing the whole thing, and then they see the thing they saw before, it's like maybe they have a good time, but there's a little part of them they feel maybe taken advantage of in some way.
Well, some of them want to see bits again. Like, that's like the Hot Pockets thing with Gaffigan.
But I feel they want to see that.
And a bunch of other stuff.
Yes. Like, if you're giving them 45 of just new heat that they haven't heard before, and then at the end...
You tell the Machine story.
They love it. And then you get to live in the nostalgia of it. You get to take your friend that you told this story to, or this joke, it's so funny, I hope he does it. And then you get to watch them experience it. It's like sharing a clip with them on Instagram and just watching them laugh.
Right.
So you get to experience that. But, like, the whole hour? Nah. You got to have something new. Like, we got to... We gotta get, at least for me, I'm like, that's why I take time off. I'm like,
well, that's the difference between comedy and music, right?
That's why music
is so wild.
Music, I don't want shit.
Right. Stop with the new Rolling Stones.
Imagine Oasis is a whole new album. Blah. No. You know what I mean? Like, you could go, here's a new one, but I need to hear the hits.
Right.
And that, music just has so much more, like, such a great shelf life. It's just, if a song is hot.
There's such a shelf life, they have cover bands.
And we want to watch them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember anytime in L.A. there was a cover band for, what the fuck was it? It was some 80s cover band. I don't know. They were just playing like all these like fun 80s hits. And it was a thing that it would like sell out. Like people would go to one of these venues and they go and they enjoy and they dress up in stupid 80s shit. It became almost like, what is that music? What is that? It's that movie that people would go see in the East Village. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Remember that? Like you're almost like part of the performance in a way. Like you're leaning into this costumization of what's happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's an art form, obviously, but that's the beautiful thing. Is like something could go down today, you know, and then you can go on stage with it tonight, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!"
That's
you know?
I almost like don't like it when there's nothing to talk initially.
Right.
Like, I would rather, like, the thing.
A new thing.
We talk about it for at least a minute, and then we're on the same page. Mm-hmm. Because the first minute of comedy, like, it is an odd thing. I'm on a stage. You're all sitting.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk as if in a conversation, but you're not really allowed to talk. Right. A minute in, we forget that.
Right.
You know, it's like you're watching Top Gun or something, and you're like, I'm real. This is real, and I'm in the movie. But that first minute... But what's great is when there is some sort of controversy or some big news story and like everybody's thinking about it, they're going, is he going to talk about it? Like, I'm sure anytime you went through something and the first time you hit the stage, you can feel them.
Yeah.
Like waiting for you to address it.
Yeah.
That's to me.
Yeah. Oh, that's the best. Yeah. That's the best. Well, that was Tony after, his cancellation. Like, he went in hot, and his bits tightened up too because he knew couldn't have any fat in them. Because now people are
waiting for you to fail.
They want you to fall on your face.
Yeah. I think that's good to have.
Oh yeah,
you shouldn't get comfy.
Oh yeah, you need some haters.
Yeah, it's motivation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this show so sharp that you're gonna have to say something else,
or look stupid.
Yeah, but they'll be like, oh, but it's this, but it's that, but it's like you're not gonna talk about the thing that we all care about.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
There's one thing we all care about, bro. Paddle.
You're addicted. I saw a bag. I was like, what's in the bag?
I'm going to play with your boy after this.
Who are you playing with?
Woody Harrelson is like big into it.
Oh, yeah, he is.
So we're going to go play. I think he's like, building a club out here.
What's he building? A paddle club?
Yeah, I think where he's invested in one of the clubs that's
wow.
going out here. But
that's amazing.
People get upset. It's like golf in that way. Like, people just get obsessed with it.
Yeah. You got to pick the things that you get obsessed with, though. You can't have too many of those things.
I know, because our wives won't allow it.
Yeah. Also, life is just, you don't have so much time. Unfortunately, my things take a lot of time. Like, the pool one takes a lot of time.
Being in the forest.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
Yeah. Out of the blue, and I just get a picture of you in like a foxhole. Just be like this fucking sweaty, grainy picture.
Oh, I sent you a picture hunting pigs.
Yeah.
I was in a ground blind.
That's it, yeah. I'm in a ground blind right now. You're still talking shit.
Yeah, I had a service. Shit, while I was waiting for pigs to come out.
Where was it?
That was in Texas.
It was in Texas.
Yeah, that was out here, man.
Yeah. You need to get rid of them, right? Aren't they like...
Oh, yeah. I got a lease where me and a bunch of buddies have a lease on this big piece of hunting land.
Yeah.
And we go out there. And, you literally have to kill pigs. And you turn them into sausage. And then I give it to my boys. I bring it down to the mothership. I brought them coolers of elk meat the other night.
Yeah.
And everybody's like grabbing elk sausage, bringing it home, sending me pictures of them cooking it.
That you and Burr, when you gave Burr the elk meat, I think it was on like a Kill Tony at the store or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, you aggressive? And then Burr's just like... No, no, Joe.
You maniac. What's wrong
you were
with you?
so for him to be like, yes.
Tony said, I gave him some elk meat.
Yeah, and then he went on the fucking Trump rally.
The other night I gave him some, and he's like, dude, I ate it. I got all this energy. I just felt it. It's like a wild. I go, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're eating the essence of a wild forest horse.
Yeah,
a forest horse that has swords growing out of its head.
Yeah.
It's got spears growing out of its fucking head. Screaming in the woods.
That was the other thing. When you did our pod, there was like a compilation of the animal sounds you make, which is the funniest fucking clip I've ever seen. Like you were because we got high. Came in hot, like you had the mushrooms rolling, we were smoking weed, and then you just start talking about bears, and also just like open mouth, and you're like, these fucking claws are coming.
The world is like, you should be in touch with that. Everybody should be in touch with that. People have a ridiculous idea what the wild world is. A buddy of mine sent me a video that his buddy took of he's in Colorado and he's driving down the street. I'll send it to you, Jamie. He's in Colorado driving down the street and he sees a fucking mountain lion take out a deer right on the side of the fucking highway.
Yeah.
I'm going to send this to you, Jamie, right now. This is like...
I'm domesticated.
These people that like, mountain lions are important. They're a part of the ecosystem. Like, these are wild monsters that live in... Did you see the one that I got in the lobby? Do you see the mountain lion in the lobby? The big stuffed mountain lion?
Yeah. But the one you've always had. No, that's the wolf
mountain
I'm thinking
lion
about.
is new.
No,
The actual mountain lion.
I didn't see it.
My friend Adam Greentree shot it in Colorado.
Okay.
And it was... killing cows, like slaughtering cows on this this ranch in Colorado. Like this, look at this. This is the size. Give me some volume on this. Listen to this. Look at this deer. This mountain lion's got it by the neck.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
And he's trying to drag his way free.
Sounds like my dog.
Oh! He got out. And then this dude helped him with the horn. Every now and then, the good guys win. Isn't that crazy? But that's on the side of the road in Colorado. Like, that could be a hiker. 100%. 100% that could be a hiker. It's a little lady, some small lady, some 100-pound lady that's walking around, you know.
Are they guys, though? I've thought about that.
The mountain lions?
No, the deer.
No.
Like the prey.
No, they're food.
Yeah, but it's like they've evolved to escape these guys, and that's why they're still around. Right? So they have a competitive advantage over the predators, or else they just wouldn't exist.
No.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is like
they don't have it.
They're hard to kill, but they've evolved to be hard to kill.
But they get every day.
Sure.
Yeah.
But like a lot of times they're going for the weak, they're going for the wounded, or going for the babies, because if you go for like the big dogs, it's going to be more difficult. You're going to expend more energy to kill them.
Right.
But I look at the predators and I'm like, they can't eat grass.
Right.
Like they would love to eat grass. Grass is an easier life.
It's everywhere.
Unfortunately, they have to go attack these animals that have the swords coming out of their head.
Right.
So there is a version where I look at it and I'm like, who's really burdened here?
Yeah, but they don't have the swords coming out of their head to fight off mountain lions.
It's just
They
to...
don't use them for mountain lions. They use them to fight each other. Just a dominance thing, so they could show the females that they're the dominant males. They have the biggest racks, and they smash racks with other deer.
But they don't use all as defense against predators?
No, not really.
I mean, that's stupid.
They're smart.
Yeah.
They're wary, but they're not intelligent. They're not, like, clever.
Yeah.
You know, mountain lions are clever. Wolves are really
Yeah,
clever. Really clever.
Yeah.
They have some sort of psychic communication with each other.
Oh, you think that?
Yeah, they coordinate, and they don't know exactly how they do it, but they figure out traps. Well, like one wolf will come in, and they'll have other wolves flank the animals, so the animals start to scatter, and the wolves come in from the sides and get them. Coyotes do the same thing.
And they'll hunt humans too, right?
They used to. They used to a lot. I mean, World War I, they actually had a ceasefire between the Russians and the Germans because the wolves were killing so many people. They decided we have to stop and kill wolves.
So they came together, took out the wolves.
Yeah.
And then they just started killing each other.
Yeah, because they're in trench warfare, right?
Yeah.
So people get shot and they're bleeding, and the wolves smell the blood.
and they're
So the wolves they would hear guys getting torn apart in the middle of the night by wolves.
Jesus Christ.
The wolves had made their way into the foxholes and were just ripping guys apart. Imagine you're lying in a trench and you hear that like 100 yards away, a guy getting eaten alive by wolves.
How much people knew about war during World War I?
Very little. Right? I knew a war existed,
but
there's no footage.
Yeah.
Right? There's no photographs. There's just a concept. There's this
and they're just fed like propaganda constantly from know their own countries. I like wonder what happens when all those guys come home and they're clearly traumatized, but everybody else has just been consuming the propaganda about just, oh, look what these doing and they're fighting for us and everything is amazing and we're winning the war and all this positivity that's probably emanating through news. And then these guys come home and they start sharing like the actual stories.
Right.
Like, ugh.
Well, they just got shell-shocked. Like, you ever see Peaky Blinders, that show?
Yeah, I watched a couple seasons when I think Cormac McCarthy was directing. No, am I getting that name right? I might be messing up. But yeah,
Cormac McCarthy's the author, right?
Oh, no, so I'm thinking of a different guy. Yeah, did he Angela's Ashes?
Cormac McCarthy, there's craziest...
Who's the guy who directed
the craziest headline of all time is connected to Cormac McCarthy. I'm going to send Jamie this. Look at this headline. This is an article from The Atlantic. This might be literally the craziest headline that anyone has ever put in an article before. You don't have to pull it up. It's just a headline of an article.
Oh.
Cormac McCarthy's ex-wife pulled a gun out of her vagina during an argument about aliens. Probably a 22.
Yeah, we need to know. I need to know what he said about aliens.
It was probably a little Derringer, one of them little two-shot little tiny pistols you could stick in your cooter.
To have a gun in your pussy.
What? They were arguing about aliens. She's like, I'm not hearing anymore.
Why was it
enough, motherfucker?
But why was it in there?
Because they're drunk as fuck. They're probably having a good time. Most writers, I think, like especially old-timey writers, well, Hemingway was a big drunk. I think those people, like Hunter S. Thompson, craziest of all. I think those people party. Stephen King, when he was in his prime, cocaine, alcohol, all those people that wrote great shit, they were all out of their fucking head.
It's a little crazier than to that. She went.
Dude, these changed. McCarthy went in bedroom and emerged wearing lingerie. Her boyfriend probably thought, oh, great, reconciliation sex time. Sorry for being skeptical of your out-of-body experience, hun. Until McCarthy pulled a Smith & Wesson out of her vagina and proceeded to have intercourse with the gun. I don't know why intercourse. Asking her boyfriend, who's crazy, you or me?
So she's fucking herself with the gun.
Yeah, my kind of gal. What? Crazy, you or me? While you have a gun, pussy.
You got it. You got it.
So she was telling him about having some sort of an alien abduction experience, and he didn't want to believe it. He thought she was crazy. So she's like, I'll show you.
You win. You win. I think you win. You got abducted. Yeah. I'm not arguing.
Bro, she might have.
Yeah.
She might have. I mean, imagine you get abducted by aliens and you have to tell people, and you're like a person who wants to be taken seriously in all their walks of life, and you have to tell them that they drained your sperm on a spaceship and showed you hybrids.
That's why I like believe the Lazar dude. When we went to dinner,
yeah,
he was like shell shocked a little bit.
100%.
Like he was like reluctant.
Remember that? Oh yeah. Oh, that's why I brought you. I was like, come sit with me, because this is the first time I'm hanging with this guy. Like, I think you and me together would be a fun combination to sit down and talk to Bob Lazar.
And it just like it was almost like he didn't want to share it in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And
imagine people think you're a kook for 40 years.
Yeah.
For 40 years, people have been thinking you're out of your fucking mind, you're a liar, you make things up. And then over time, all of a sudden, footage starts emerging in like 2017 of these crafts doing exactly what you described, moving in a way that's exactly like what you were saying. And then there starts getting these whistleblowers, these David Grushes and Lou Elizondo say, we have a crash retrieval program. We've had it for a long time. The problem is these defense contractors have access to this stuff. They lied to Congress. There's misappropriation of funds. There's a lot attached to this, and that's why they're not releasing it.
Yeah.
Which is nuts, if that's true.
Yeah. That's why when people ask me, they're like, I would just be like, I believe he believes it.
Yeah.
I can't say what it is. Obviously, I'm not there. I don't know anything. But like, I don't think he was a, what are they called, like a charlatan or whatever that word is. Like, I don't think he's making this up for attention.
Right. No,
I believe he believes what he saw. And,
something happened. He's something. And he was a legitimate propulsions expert, and he really did work for Los Alamos Labs, which is doing all sorts of wild shit. And then he really did work for Area S4. Like, somehow or another, he was shipped over there to Area 51, Site 4, and he says they have UFOs. He said they have like 7 of them.
Good.
He said one of them is really old. He said they said it was a part of an archaeological dig. Here's what's crazy about that. I have this guy, Ben Van Kerkwijk. He has that YouTube page called Uncharted X, and he's great guy.
Yeah.
They have found, through the use of ground penetrating radar, they found these labyrinths in Egypt that are so fucking huge and underground, like deep underground, but these massive like corridors that lead into these atriums, and they found a 40-meter long metallic object that's under the ground in Egypt. 40 metallic, some unknown metal that's under the ground, and it doesn't, whatever it is, they know it's metallic. It doesn't have any sort of signature that is reminiscent of any other metal that we know about.
It was a specific historical site, I think, that they found in Egypt.
Herodotus talked about it.
What was it called?
I think it's called the Labyrinth. I think that's how it's referred.
But yeah, they're not like it's like a figment of people's imagination. Like, this is something
historically documented throughout the thousands of years, and that Herodotus talked about it being greater than the pyramids of Giza, underground. And so in 1960, Ben was telling us, in the 60s they built a dam. And, to help the farmers in the area. And unfortunately, it raised the water table.
Oh, and that's why.
And it fucked it up, and it flooded these labyrinths. Because otherwise, they would have just been able to dig down into it and enter in and now it's all filled with water.
Is it water or sediment because of the expansion of the water?
And there's sediment, of course, that comes with the water, but there's water, but then below the water table is where the labyrinth.
Yeah.
So he's saying there might be a way that they could tunnel from the side past where the water comes in, but they don't want to admit that it's real. Like all these Egyptologists are kind of like freaked out about it. Oh, Zahi?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I don't know if that went the way that he thought it was going to go. Gavin, pay attention. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to go as you see it going.
I'm high on California.
Yeah.
I like how he's like trying to tweet as Trump. Like you don't even have your own style. You're mocking his style to try to tweet.
Trump is kinder than me, bro.
He's also making up like California derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
No, it's like these are facts.
The people are frustrated.
Yeah.
People from out, and they have a right to be frustrated. Don't get your own people.
Right.
I think that's upsetting. Like if I was from there, I was upset with what was going on, and I complained about it, and the guy who's in charge is, oh, you're just deranged.
Yeah, listen, you don't similar uprising against Florida.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
Florida boomed economically during COVID.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people moved there. Why? Because they had completely different regulations and they allowed people to be free. And now DeSantis is even talking about removing property tax.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is a game changer. Because that really
Can they
is
afford it, though?
gross. I don't know. I don't understand any of it.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know. But, like, that is tricky, though.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that, like, you buy a home and then you have to pay the government to own your own home.
How about yours? What if you bought a home a long time ago and you paid $20,000 for it in like 1940, and now all of a sudden it's worth $2 million,
and you have to pay
you have taxes on $2 million.
Oh, it's not on.
Different states have different rules, but in some states you have to pay tax on the amount of money your house is worth.
Is the justification that like this is what maintains the streets and this is what maintains?
Education is like, say if you buy a $2 million home, you should be contributing with your property taxes to schools and all sorts of other things, which totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like, if you're 80 years old and you bought this house for $20,000 and you're on Social Security, and now all of a sudden you owe money on something you already bought to a government that does a terrible job of using your money.
Yeah.
Terrible job. Yeah. Documented terrible job of spending your money. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he's poking I don't know why he's poking, man. I don't know why he's poking. Also, like, didn't Trump's kid pipe his wife or whatever?
Is that?
Yeah.
Well,
I would have did that. You know, like that's. I'm more petty than these motherfuckers. That you know what I mean. You're not gonna talk shit about me and my voice and my kid piped your wife. That's coming out immediately. Why don't you pull my kid's dick out of your wife? That's my immediate tweet.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I think there's
AIPAC. I've never thought. It's just interesting.
I think
you ran short of words, son. For a guy who's really good at talking, they brought up AIPAC. You clammed up real
fast.
Right
I never thought about JPAC, but not AIPAC. Like I thought about it.
Never thought about it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
interesting.
Now you can think.
Meanwhile, you just passed some sort of
the
anti-Semitism thing.
Oh, there's another.
Yeah. What was the anti-Semitism thing that they just pushed through?
No, wait. Was it the one about the schools that they then rebuked it?
Oh, I don't know. It was just something someone was connecting it to. This is why it was a Twitter thing that I was reading. Someone was saying, "Oh, this is why Gavin Newsom did want to say anything when they were talking about AIPAC."
He wants it bad. Like you can tell he wants it bad.
Yeah.
But it's almost like having less time in government is beneficial to becoming president.
100%. That's why I think Democrats have somebody that's really got a shot. It's that Tallarico guy. James Tallarico.
The guy
I had him on my
podcast.
Yeah. I think he's legitimate. I think he's a real deal. Like what he says he is what he is.
Yeah.
Very religious person who has a really good point.
Yeah.
When he talks about Texas, like there's these very, very wealthy billionaires that are trying to turn the state into theocracy, and they want to. That's why they got the 10 Commandments pushed into every school, all the public schools here. He's like, they want to defund public schools and fund religious schools, and he's like, these people are dangerous. This idea is dangerous. And like the far right is just as dangerous as the far left. And if you're on the right and you don't recognize this kind of shit is, and this is a really religious guy.
And that's where you trust it even more. Someone who actually really believes in it, that's pushing and goes, this is against like the values of our country.
Yes.
He might agree with all those things that they're pushing, but he's like, I don't think it should be like governmentally enforced. And
very well versed in the Bible and is literally in seminary right now. Like, this is a guy that's very religious, like legitimately religious, and has been his whole life.
But that's the thing. You need to shut up, and you especially need to shake shit up with your own party. I mean, that's what Trump did with Republicans. That's what any candidate that ends up winning does, is you have to be like the candidate of rebellion to a certain extent. Like, you even seen what's happening in New York right now. Like, you could hate every policy that Mamdani has, but you can't deny that he's at least saying things that tap into the concerns and frustrations of New Yorkers.
Right. You left those people in conversation.
Exactly.
And now the chickens have come home.
There it is. So it's like, I will not at all, I won't at all criticize him for trying to fix problems that people have when the other guys there are just saying, we're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of times the frustrations with the last election. It's just like, people were frustrated with Biden. They just didn't think that he was all there. They didn't know who was running the country, and they didn't like what was happening. And then she came in and she wouldn't separate herself at all. So that's on you. Like, you have to give people hope. And oftentimes hope is being the candidate of rebellion. And that usually is what ends up winning.
People ragging on her conversation with Kara Swisher. She was on stage with Kara Swisher, and even Kara Swisher was kind of like ragging on her a little bit. She was like, some people said that I was the most qualified person to ever run for president. Like, who said that? And Kara's like, some people said that? Like, who said that? You were literally running against a guy who was already president. So if you're going based on your resume, you're not more qualified than Biden.
Yeah.
Biden was the vice president of the United States for 8 years.
Best thing Republican Party right now is her book tour. Because every time she talks on camera, there's a reminder as to what lost. When she went away for a while, I think you could be like, you could pretend about what she was and what she stood for.
Yeah.
But the second she does an interview and she's like, I couldn't have Pete be my vice president. He's a gay. Rachel Maddow, what do you mean? She's like, no, I'm not exactly saying, but he likes guys.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is going on right now?
Right. It's too risky.
It's too risky.
Yeah. How do you say Merry Christmas?
Yeah.
How dare you? It's like the same thing, man. Did you see her Columbus Day message to America?
What was the Columbus Day?
Oh, God. It was like, don't forget the horrors that the Europeans did to the... Okay, Jesus Christ.
Did he even get here?
Scolding.
Did he get here?
Columbus?
No.
Did not.
Take that up with the Dominican Republic or whatever.
Wherever he landed.
That's what I'm saying. It's like...
But it wasn't Columbus necessarily. I mean, the idea is, I think it's Indigenous Peoples Day. I think it stopped being Columbus Day after a while.
Yeah.
And they call it Indigenous Peoples Day, which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like, out to them. I think it's when governments do these things to, like, enforce, like, anytime I'm performing in Canada, like, if it's on, like, an Indigenous area, they make me do, like,
a land acknowledgement.
And I remember the first time they told me, I was, you want me to do what? And they're like, yeah, we want you to let them know that this used to be native land. And I'm like, I remember telling it to, like, the chief of the tribe, and I'm like, brother, that kind of seems like I'm bragging. Like, I'm going up there and be like, yo, this used to be yours, but the boys came in. You know? Like, got y'all the fuck out of here. Like, you really want me to go and remind everybody what happened before the comedy show?
You know what my favorite about that is? It's a land acknowledgement, but also saying, we're not giving it back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We stole it, but it's ours now.
So what are we doing? We doing this for?
Sorry. Acknowledge the fact that we're on stolen land. But the thing is, these people that go along with that are also the same people that want no borders. And no one's illegal being anywhere. Like, Christopher Columbus is the only immigrant they hate.
Yo,
it's like there's no borders. You know, no one's illegal.
Hey, listen,
but yet these people shouldn't have been here.
We let a speaking guy into America once. Went great. Can't see any problem with that ever.
Ended the main empire. They gave them all fucking diseases. Jesus Christ.
No, it's
hilarious. So think about what they did, what Cortez did to Mexico.
I know.
Like, my God. That's nuts.
Yeah, fucked up shit
it's
happened.
like human beings did that, but also, bad. The diseases, the slaughter. Also, what they did to each other was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, beings do fucked up shit.
Yeah,
and always we're here now. What do we do now? That's my worry. It's like, what are we going to do now? It's like you going to the doctor, you got lung cancer, and the doctor's like, let's talk about all them cigarettes you were smoking. And it's like, why don't we talk about all that chemo you're going to give me? Like, tell me what we're going to do now to get rid of this shit.
Right, don't tell what I did. I know what I did. Yeah. All right, brother.
Oh, boy.
Go play some fucking paddle. This is fun.
I got to get you on a paddle court.
I can't today. I got too much shit to do.
All right, fine. One of these I'm getting.
One of these days. I'll go out there with you.
Anyway, I love you, Doug.
I love you, brother. Always good to hang.
Always great to hang.
Yes, sir.
My man.
You know, the other day I was someone, I told Sam, not Sam Tripoli, the other guy, Steve Simone. I go, you see that girl? How old are you now? 48, whatever. I'm 53. You're never going to see that ever again. But you ever see like a nice looking couple now? Like he's 26 and she's 22 and they're both beautiful. She got perky little tits. She's banging. Her legs are suntan. And you're thinking to yourself, this little young savage must be going home tearing that pussy up. And you think back to your little 26-year-old in the afternoons where you take him home and rub him down and give him a good stab. And you come like 3 times, the whole fucking thing. That never happens no more. Like at this age, you look at that and go, that'll never happen. You ever think of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The other day, all these guys, look at that young girl. Look, and I'm going, look at her. Look at her. That'll never happen again in my world. Ever. I will never see a woman naked like that ever again. It's like you were saying. You ever go to people's houses and they talk and then they say shit for 20 minutes? It's like by Studio City where I live. Go to that coffee shop from time to time. You know what they were saying in there?
What?
The day after the Vegas shooter? The Vegas shooter was Sunday night. Do you know what these idiots were saying in there on Monday?
What?
That this had to do with women's rights and the abortions, and they just talk. This new breed of Gentiles, they just talk. That's all they do, is talk with big words to impress you. But they don't say shit. They don't say shit. 3 or 4 big words to let you know they're smart, and then they didn't say nothing.
Well,
Every time the new show I'm going to do, I'm buying one of those little tape recorders, and I'm putting them under these 6 fucking morons every day. Then at night, I'm going to do a show about what they discussed. Because this is 60% of America, what these fucking people are talking about. This is the idiots. The shit that comes out of their mouth is amazing. And you sit there and go, no wonder fucking ISIS wants to shoot us. Listen to these fucking dummies. Listen to what's coming out of their mouth. Women's rights? That's what they were talking about.
Well, what's their argument? They were saying that the guy,
their argument
shot
is
everybody.
Their argument is everybody trying to be smarter than everybody. It's just 6 people trying to outwit each other. It's like when you go to those fucking dinner parties you talk about. And by the time they serve the salad, you want to put a gun in your fucking mouth. Why am I even fucking here with these people? I could have stopped at Burger King and had a fucking time. That's why I don't go to those dinner parties, because there's 8 people talk. And once politics comes up, you lose me, Joe Rogan. I don't want to hear about it no more. You lose me. You lose me. These new political people talking nonsense, you lose me. Move forward. Either impeach him, get a new one, or shut the fuck up. I can't. You ever put the news on anymore?
It's on, yeah.
He didn't send the check. He called her. What the fuck, man? Just tell, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? There's got to be something more. There's got to be a seal stuck on a beach somewhere in this fucking country. Something more important than this shit every fucking day. So the politics is over in my world. Religion, you know, I don't want to, you're not supposed to talk about politics or religion at those fucking things. But this breed of Gentile, they just talk, a sense of talking to see who's the smartest person in the room, and at the end of the day, they're all a bunch of dumb fucks anyway. I'm 54 years old. That always makes me laugh, Tom Segura. That's why when people say, you know, like, I love thought-provoking comedy. Dog, if it makes you laugh, it's comedy.
Yes.
It's comedy. Stop with the fucking trying to be smart.
You almost hospitalized me one time, think so hard. Like, I don't know if you remember this. I'm serious. I don't even know if I could tell it. It was backstage. It was backstage at his show. We were somewhere, and you were like, "How's the wife?" I go, "Good." And I go, "You go, where is she?" And I said some city in Tennessee, maybe Knoxville or Nashville. And you go, Nashville, 96. And you started the story about working a club, and you're like, I just riffed in between shows, some crazy shit.
Some chicks talking. There was 8 people there was 20 for the first show. Knoxville. It was a Comedy Zone show. I booked it. Knoxville's a great little fucking town. Like a cute little Tennessee town.
Is it?
It's like hip. It's a football, you know, like a college town. So I get there on Friday night, Joe Rogan. I'm headlining. I got 38 minutes. I just moved to L.A. and I signed with Creative Management, and they booked those rooms. So they were booking me out as a headliner. I was just dying slow death. So what they did was they put me in one-nighters. that paid like $275 a night. They weren't bad. Clark, Tennessee, you know. And we go to this Knoxville for 2 nights, and I go in there, and you know me, dog, I'm fucking crazy. First night I go in there, Friday night, there's 20 people for the first show. And there's a girl, Joe Rogan, that's a 12, with a guy that's a 4. And it's her birthday, you know. Meanwhile, through it, she just turned 21. It's her birthday. Okay, hi, happy birthday. What's going on here? You know, because when you start hearing noise, you have to react to it as a comic. And you go, what's going on here? You're 21. I said, you're very beautiful. And then she just went and ran with it and started talking about how her husband pimps her out. He have fights on, and for $20 you could fuck her in the back room.
What?
That on Fridays he would bring her to the construction truck.
Oh my God.
He would truck with her to the construction site and put a mattress in the back. And that friends, and she's telling me this. It's like she's talking, and people like holding their breaths, like, what is going on here? This girl is beautiful, and this. So in between shows, I go upstairs to do a line or smoke a joint or whatever the fuck I'm doing. When I come back, I see her by herself, and we start talking. What's going on? Oh my God, I had such a great time. I go, is that stuff true? And she goes, yeah. I go, show me the monkey. And she took me in the bathroom, pulled down her pants. The girl had a monkey that was spotless. Nearly stunk. I ate it. I fingered it or something. And she sucked my dick. That was it. I went back to my room. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I scored. I go back for the second show. There's 8 people. But by the time I go back for the second show, Joe Rogan, she's sitting in the back. She's 21, and she's looking at me like this. She's fucked up. 10 minutes into my spot, second. I sucked the comedian's dick tonight. And the husband's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I sucked his dick, and he came in my mouth. He's like, what the fuck are you about? The cops had to hold him back, and he's like, I want my $40. That's all he wanted. He didn't care that his wife sucked my dick at this comedy bathroom.
Oh, my God.
When the cops came, he kept saying, man, somebody's going to get hurt if I don't have my $40. That's a $40 blowjob. Did you come in her mouth? Because if I wouldn't, it would have been like 20. All he cared about was the $40, dog.
So he told me backstage at your show,
God.
and I fucking started hyperventilating.
$40 for his wife. This is the world of comedy, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking comedy.
Jesus. You think that's...
What the f...
Brian, some other held his wife and said, you know, no, he didn't care. He just wanted the $40 for the blowjob. I didn't give it to him.
He's got rules.
Yeah,
You got to give him that. He's got like a line in the sand.
This is crazy.
He's got
shit.
a number. $40.
Comedy is a crazy animal. When you sit at home at night and you think about all the shit we've seen, we've learned a lot.
I don't think I ever laughed as hard. Well, that's probably the second time right there.
On that road, you learned a lot of things. You learned a lot of things about human beings. You learned a lot of things about individuals. You learned some. I remember I did American Home. It's a armed forces place in Idaho. It's part of the Triple Run. And as soon as I walked in and I had to go do a sound check, everybody kept looking at me going, hi, how are you? Have you met Sandy yet? And I go, no. And they go, and they'd walk away. You ever see, what's the movie with Eddie Murphy, when with Boomerang?
Yeah.
When he goes to the black chick's house, it's 80, and the butler keeps laughing. Remember, the butler would go, she wants to see you in the kitchen. He would go, because she knew she was gonna rape him. So every time somebody would refer to Shirley, they go, have you met Shirley yet?
Yeah.
And you go, no. And they go, oh, and they'd walk away. Well, Shirley, whoever the captain of that base was, the head of the base, she was his wife. And if a band came to town or a comedian came to town, she blew him. That's it. That was the rule. Like, he would sit out there with his fucking military on, with all his shit, and clap. And she'd be in the back, Zukalamink, the band. I mean, this is crazy. So I didn't know about this. She came over and started talking to me, and then she started talking, oh, you're Cuban. I dated a Cuban one time. He had such a big dick. Do you have a big dick? I mean, it was that quick.
What?
It was that quick. Like, she just gets it. She's like 50. I was maybe like 31. She was maybe 50.
Wow.
And she just dropped behind the curtain, took the hammer out, and started Zukalamink. Then minding my own business. And all of a sudden, somebody comes yelling for her, Shirley, Shirley, Shirley. Now, usually Shirley would get up and stop sucking your dick. Not Shirley. She moved her knees like I had knee on belly.
Right.
You know when somebody puts knee on belly, you're supposed to move this way?
Right.
That's what she did with her knees. She kept sucking and just kept moving this way. I tried to take it out of her mouth. She wouldn't let it. She's like, no. Bro, she wouldn't stop till, and they're like, Shirley, we're looking for you out here.
Man.
This shit.
I get overstimulated. I feel like I need psychiatric right now and an IV.
You just finished that fucking drink.
Oh my God.
Suka la mink is the greatest.
Minka juice, suka la mink.
Suka la mink.
Well, it's minky, but when they say suka, they cut it short.
What is the word?
Means suck my dick. Minkia in the dialect of Italian. Suka means suck.
Right, okay.
You know, it's so weird how the more you go... This is Italian, Sicilian.
Really?
So the deeper you go down the boot, the more... Is it closer to Spain or is it farther from Spain? The closer Italy is from Spain, when people from that area speak Italian, I don't care how fast they're talking, they can't put the wool over me because I can pick up every 4 words.
Oh, right.
So Sicilians say suka. What's suck in Spanish?
Chupa.
Chupa. You're in the neighborhood.
Right.
Suka la mink. When they say suka la minkia, like, well, what are you going to do today? I don't know. I'm going to go out and get my minkia sucked. But suka la mink is just the short.
That's your shirt of this show.
Suka la mink.
Sure.
And then you got minkia juice. It comes at you however you want it.
Him, he's when I think of the Cuban athletes, Cuban super athletes, you think Yo Romero, right?
Well, the thing the most thing that he has about being a Cuban is that he's 38, and you don't really know.
Oh, you can't tell.
Nobody knows at all if he's 38. He could be 22, Doug. He could be sucking you in, and nobody really knows. We really haven't. Those birth certificates, they went away. You just pick an age. What do you want to be? 38? None. You know.
Well, he competes as a wrestler for a long time, so they know he's at least a certain age.
No, I'm just...
But I know what you're saying.
There's always something Cuban. I remember my mom died. I told my aunt, she goes, how old was your mom? 48. Fucked. She's been 48 for 10 fucking years. Because it's true. You don't know, dog. You never know these motherfuckers' ages. They won't tell you. That last fight, he fought fucking great, man. But,
did you see the one before that where he told them to not... He was trying to say, don't forget Jesus.
Right.
But they didn't get it because he's got a thick Cuban accent. The thickest. So he goes, don't forget Jesus. Don't forget Jesus. So people thought he was saying no for gay Jesus.
Okay.
There's no gay Jesus. Jesus isn't gay.
It could have been way worse than
But all he was saying was forget.
Don't forget Jesus.
He was saying don't forget Jesus. He was just saying, I won, don't forget Jesus.
You know why I didn't go to the weigh-in?
Why?
You know why I didn't go to that weigh-in?
Why'd you not go that way?
Because I would have gone off on him, that he would have beat up Jacare,
right.
Luke, and Aldo and everybody in that ring that night. I know how to motivate Cubans.
Yeah?
Oh, with religion. They're radicals.
That's what you would do. You would
talking about Ogun, the metal god of Cuba. There's a god in Syria. There's a god Ogun, and he's the metal worker. He's the fucking built. When you go on YouTube, look for Ogun. He's always a big yoked black guy that lives in the jungle, and he only comes out when there's a problem. So if I would have seen Yoel Romero that day, I would have said, Hijo Goon, and I would have got his blood going.
Oh, my God.
I would have got his blood going and shit. Dog, I started doing that to Anderson Silva when I first met him, and I remember one day in the hallway, he couldn't take his eyes off me. People were talking to him, they kept looking back. What that motherfucker saying? Because it's big in Brazilian. That shit is big in Brazilian. So I would have started saying, oye, tú eres hijo Goon. Oye, oye. And then I would have started saying who my mother is.
Whoa.
Yo soy hijo la santísima caridad del cobre. Y te estoy diciendo que le tiene que meter leña. Yo te estoy diciendo que le tiene que meter galletazo hasta por gusto. Look at Ogun.
That's the dude?
That's Joe Romero. Look at him. That's
Ogun. It does
Ogun.
look like him.
All black, muscular Cuban dudes that look like that. You fire them up, tell them they're Ogun's son. And they go
Sounds
fucking
racist
nuts.
somehow.
It's Ogun's son and shit. I'll get you fucking fired up with all those images.
How come I never heard this before?
Because this is huge in Cuba. Have you done the 23andMe or anything?
No.
It's so stupid how a lot of people knock it, but when I read mine, I looked into it for a few days. And you learn about history.
Yeah.
How I have a little Chinese
Really?
Fuck?
You
Yeah.
had Chinese in you?
Yeah, because...
¿Tú tienes familia?
No, cuando yo escupí en la botella, I spit in the bottle, la mandé para ver, you know, just
Did you have any...
Chinese, because the Chinese made the first real thing. They found chickens in San Francisco that had that DNA from that Chinese. It's very... The worst thing you could do if you smoke pot is spit in a bottle and get the report back. That fucking nightmare, once you realize who you are. Cuando tú mandas el papeleo ese que tú ocupas en la bolsa, te mandan para atrás. ¿Quién tú eres? It really messes with you for a couple of days. I was Russian Jew, I was Western African.
Western African,
which I knew I'm Cuban. When you're Cuban, you're fucking African. Hold on. When you see a Cuban, it's a black dude that speaks Spanish. That's it. They're just black that speak Spanish. They're Africans. Okay?
Yeah.
So I knew that there's African blood, and the top, it's not Spain. They call it something else. It's Spain and something else up there. That's where. So they went all the way around, and the last little bit is Russian Jew. Like 2%. God knows where you get that from. But here's the problem. If you're Native American, it can't give you an Iberian Peninsula. That's where we're really from.
Wow.
Now,
powerful, Jamie.
But if you're American Indian with that thing, they can't. Like my wife's some Indian. I see her grandmother.
Yeah.
I saw the grandfather, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking Indians.
Yeah.
Okay? The mother got the upper lip. That's where Terry gets the Indian fucking lip from. Doesn't read it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't read if you're Indian unless you're a couple of generations back. Estamos hablando de los indios.
Sí.
Que si tú eres indio, americano,
it doesn't read
it unless you're 3 or 4 generations. Something kinky. You got to ask my wife.
Okay.
That's why she don't buy into it. They didn't put me into Santeria to be a witch doctor.
Explain Santeria to people who don't know what
it's a religion that originated in Africa, Nigeria, and then the slaves brought it over to Cuba. They hid it from the plantation owners through Catholicism. So that's why there's a lot of cross.
It's kind of a mixture of African
Catholic religion. When I was 5, I was brought up to 148th Street, and this lady had a collie, a dog, and I loved the collie. I loved dogs, and I was allergic to them. So while I was playing with the dog, she would talk to me, and I fell in love with this woman. I fell in love with her. She was like my mother. And then as I got older, one day they asked me, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want to get Elegua, which is the first one you get? Elegua and Ogun, Yo Romero, those are the first things you get, and you put them by your door, and they guarantee, you know, your safety. For me, it was health. That big black woman is my godmother, okay? And then after that, when I was 6, they finally said they were going to initiate me and my mother because my spirit took my father.
Wow.
So they wanted me and my mother to be twins in the Santeria. So I made saint on 148th Street and Broadway. But for me, it wasn't to be a killer or to be anything like that. I can't carry guns. I can't go in cars with strange people. I can't do business with 3 people. I can't say, I hope Jamie fucking gets hit by a car. I'm not allowed to say all those things. I don't use it the way... In the late 70s...
Why can't you do this with 3 people?
Because of them will sidle up against you. And that's the same thing that happened to me on my kidnapping. I'm somebody with 3 people. I can't stay in anything. Look at my life now. Look at my life when I was snorting white powder. My saint in my head is control. Like, that's why I always wear a white T-shirt on Mondays. It's the day of the spirit.
What? You always wear a white T-shirt on Monday?
My shoes. They're white on white.
Always?
When I step out of the shower, I walk onto a white shower mat every day.
Every day.
Every day. I'm still very Santeria in my head. And when I saw them ripping my mother's clothes off, I was about 5. I'm like, fuck you black motherfuckers. And I started running down Bronx Boulevard. They had to chase me and bring me back. It's an all-night ceremony. It's all night on a Friday.
It's crazy.
All night on Friday. 12 hours long.
Oh, my God.
You sleep, and then Sunday is when they read your future to you. And then for a week, you just live in a corner, white. They paint your head, you're bald.
What?
So I had to go back to school on Monday, bald, with a hat. They said he's not allowed in here with a hat. My mother gave the principal a small nickel, and I was allowed to wear the hat from 9 to 3. But then at 3 o'clock, I had to go home and change into white clothes for a year. Not allowed
for
to
a year?
I had to dress in white. Not
for
allowed.
A year?
A year. So for my cause, I would just have to wear white underwear and white T-shirt. Because I was a kid. I can't keep wearing fucking white every day. I'm ripping shit.
Right.
So now your hair has to grow back. So when I walk into there's a ton of Santeria in L.A.
Really?
I don't deal with it at all. because it's all the same thing like everything else in LA. It's a bunch of white people who didn't grow up in it. And there's a hot black guy, and they want to really just suck his dick, and he's telling them about spirits. I saw a video today. I'm like, shame on them. It's all confused. It's like those white chicks that suck that Hindu dick when they go to hot yoga.
Yes,
you know that guy that sucked it? Bikram. Bikram is a pig. He got a bunch of white chicks with hummus flavor in their mouth from sucking that Bikram dick. You know, well, he gets to me inside. You suck that fucking dead dick that smells like hummus chips. Listen, when I was a kid, I went to my buddy's judo school. I didn't join. I just wanted to see what it was like. And it was hidden in Union City. It was on 7th Street. But I knew that my stepdad played cards on 9th Street on Wednesdays.
Wow.
Okay, I knew my stepdad played cards down there. They played baccarat. Okay, and they'd gamble in this little club. And I had to be maybe 10. But because I grew up how I grew up, and with the numbers, I always had my eyes out as a kid. When I went to judo that night, I got in the bus to go back, and I noticed unmarked police cars. And I went home that night. And look, bro, you know me, dog. Get Christy Love used to be a show on ABC about a black chick that knew martial arts. They tried to capitalize on it with us. And she was good looking with an afro, and she was a cop. And she'd come in and do karate moves. So on Wednesday nights at 9 or 10 o'clock, you caught me at home watching Get Christy Love. And I'll never forget that my stepdad was leaving that night. And for some reason, I go, you going to play baccarat? And he looked at me. He was getting dressed, a suit on. He had like the Billy Bat suit on and shit. Like, you're going to play cards with 5 men. Why are you getting to the 9s?
Right.
And I said to him, I said, hey, man, today I went down there to go to Martin's judo school, and I saw a bunch of unmarked cars down there. If I was you, I wouldn't go out. And he fucking just looked at me. He said, I love you. And he walked down the stairs. He got in the car, started it, opened the garage, bro. And 10 minutes later, I heard the car turn off, and the garage closed, and he came up, and he goes, I think you're right. And he made Sunday, me and him, and next morning, that card place had got raided. So now, listen to me, when I was a kid, I had these fucking morons under my spell, right?
Because that doesn't seem to make any sense to me.
I think some states look upon it like, when I was a kid, the reason why my parents did numbers in the city is because they gave you a ticket in the city and a felony in Jersey. So wait a second, Joey. With all those degenerate motherfuckers in the tri-state area, what you're telling me is, if you got arrested for gambling in New York City in the 70s and 80s, you got a ticket. I said, what are we going to do? I got 1,000 of these motherfuckers popping apartment buildings all over the place. If you went to Harlem in the 70s, it was all little bodegas, and everybody took action. Whether it was numbers, the Knicks, the Brooklyn number, the Roosevelt number. Remember, there's 5 numbers that come out in fucking New York.
Did I ever tell you my grand got arrested?
Yes.
Yeah, for one of the numbers.
You run numbers. It's something that you do in the neighborhood. You become a part of it. You get accepted. Okay. For years, okay, everybody, well, I did. I don't know about you. Once a month, even if I over-exaggerate, once a month, somebody would pull me aside and go, hey, man, you know anybody who wants sneakers? What do you got?
Yeah.
I got Converse. Okay. They usually go for 20. For you, I'll give them to you for 7. You don't even ask. You just know they're stolen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to embarrass you.
Right.
You come to my house. You're my friend, right, Joe? You come to my house. Joe, how you doing? This is kind of embarrassing. My cousin, he owns a store, and he's having a sale on TVs. I know it's 6 o'clock. It's a little late, but they're Trinitrons. They're 400 brand new. I need 100. They're in a box with a warranty. Christmas is coming. You don't ask if they're stolen. That's a regular fucking day for a guy in Pittsburgh, Connecticut.
Is that more a coast thing where people come to you with an open van?
Well, I'm not in van. I'm talking not people, not strangers. I'm talking about Jamie. You know Jamie 3-4 years, and Jamie's got a cousin that gets watches.
Right.
He gets the best watch in the world, Malaconta. They're $52,000, but Jamie can get them for 22 cash. 22,000, and 20 goes to the guy, and Jamie gets 2 off the top. Are you going to torture Jamie and embarrass him? Like, so when did you get this? Am I going to get arrested? No. Give him the 22 grand and move on with your fucking life. Right?
Is that bad karma?
Who knows? Because Monteconquois gets the insurance back from you, and they get it even higher. They get the retail back. They don't even get the wholesale, so everybody makes out.
Nice.
If you take it off somebody's watch and put a gun to his head, then you got to bump into something bad.
Right. The physical act of taking it from a person is different from
no matter what, there's something
disappearing.
involved, but you don't have nothing to do with it. Somebody shows up at your doorstep. It's 2 weeks away from Christmas. What a surprise. You have the Nintendo game my son wants, or the PS3, or the PS. How much are those things brand new?
300.
How much?
300.
300 brand new. I show up at your house for $1.25 with 3 of them. You're going to take all 3 of them.
I knew a dude who thought he was buying a stereo, but he's actually buying bricks. He got one of those stereo
Right,
back.
but he's a fucking half a Momo. He stopped the street and bought it from a guy named Jamal.
I had a guy. I was buying pet food. I pulled into this parking spot. I got out, and this dude literally opened the van like he was going to take me in and fuck me. Like I was like some little kid. He was about to scoop up out of the woods. Like it was a molester. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you got? And he's like, stereos. You want to buy a stereo? I was like, this is the weirdest. He opened up the door like as people parked the car and like was literally like going, hey man, you want some of this? Like, what?
You're ass trouble if you do business with one of those guys.
Oh, that's the most obvious shit ever. You know, he's just randomly trying to sell a stereo out of the back of a van. Like,
Now, what are the things that they do in whatever? Like the people go and they have, what do they call, junkets here? When I was
press junkets?
No, I'm sorry. The thing off the fucking 5 that you always see in the movies, and all the fucking Friday they all go to a place and they buy stereos and Raider hats. It's
swap meet?
Swap meet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, in L.A. it's a swap meet. In Jersey they're called what are they called?
Flea market.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because when I was a
Thank
kid,
you, Jane.
I used to go to where they used to do the bicycles, whatever, the streetcar races.
Yeah.
And next door to it, they had whatever was called, and you'd go there, and they had pretty much shit that was stolen. It was just a festival, and they charged a table fee because everything was 50% off, even the sneakers, I remember. And then we found out that the guy would go to the fucking factory and jump over the fence and take all the sneakers that were mistakes. So the irregulars, they would take those and just sell them at those flea markets, swap meets. And then we found out, we cut into his action. I swear to God, we cut into that action and the Banaka action. Remember those tubes of Banaka? They would throw thousands of them out with the little things, like the chemical was off. You start blinking too much. The chemical would be off. Then it was pepper spray, like real pepper spray. Like people would spray it, and you see what happened. It's not regular Banaka. What is that, tear gas? It was like the tear gas. And we had the Spanish kid that was half retarded, and we'd make him jump the fence, and we'd have thousands of tubes. And we'd sell them for 50 cents a piece on Monday in the 6th and 7th grade. Hilarious. But there was always 3 kids that complained. There was a little, like the chemical imbalance was all.
I don't know. I mean, syphilis kills you. I'm pretty sure syphilis kills like everybody that gets
What's
it.
VD?
Venereal disease.
But that covers everything.
Well, it's weird because venereal sound like sex, but that's what VD is. You know, VD is a sexual transmitted disease. When you think about someone having VD.
When I was about 16, my friend fucked his sister's best friend, and he got something.
He got VD.
He got VD, and we went there the next day, and there was a chick with like fucking like a Phantom of the Opera mark on her face. Dog, it was fucking crazy.
What was the mark on her face?
Like she had like syphilis or something that started here. Like she had a cut in her lip, and she sucked a fucked up dick or something. And it ran. I'll never forget this. It's not even funny. It was really sad because I didn't know what she had. I just went there with my friend. My friend goes, "You got to go in there with me, dog. I'm scared to walk in there." Whoa. I said, "Let's go. What's the big deal? They're going to give you pills, whatever." I didn't know. I wasn't sexually active at that age like he was. And we went in there while I was waiting for him, dog. This chick came in, did paperwork, and she turned around, and she had gotten something that started here. Like, she had like a cut or what's that when you have chapped lips or something? And all this was like half purple and red. She sucked something bad. And after that, I was like, ooh, I got to be careful out there. It's a jungle.
That was the thing. It's like someone has VD. She's got VD. Be careful, he's got VD. You know, someone having VD was like, whoa. Do you hear? Betty got VD. Whoa, that fucking girl got VD.
There's
Then
a girl
became
on Facebook
STD.
that's from me from high school that her pussy wouldn't get wet. They used to call it the dry hump. Fairview, New Jersey. They used to call her Fairview, New Jersey, the dry.
So fucked up. People are so fucked up. People are so fucked up.
This girl banging. This girl was fucking banging, though.
So you'd have to bring Vaseline or something?
Yeah, she was from New Jersey, and she was banging. She moved to North Bergen, like, and she was a sophomore. And she was dating a few guys and shit, and things happened. Like, I was friends with her. I knew she didn't like me. Like, she just didn't like me for some reason. I didn't think the world of her either. And one night in 84, I'm at a bar, and this bitch comes in, I mean, banging. 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 They also said she had some type of VD, so they called her Lori Jack. You know, like, she's got the Jack.
No,
remember DC sang a song.
Oh.
She's got the Jack. Jack. So they used to call her name and Jack. Like, that was her name. Like, they just tormented this girl.
Oh.
And she dated, like a rock guy that had, like, long hair and
rocker.
shit. And one night I saw her. And
Rocky.
and she was banging Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
Banging. And I go, you live in North Bergen now? She's like, yeah, I didn't go to college. I'm a nanny. I'm a nanny, and she told me the guy's name. And I knew that guy. That guy had a massage parlor years earlier. The guy that she was being a nanny for. And I go, if she's his nanny, he's just fucking her. Something's got to be wrong. She looked so good in that miniskirt. She disappeared like 1:30. And finally at like 3, I'm sitting and I'm like, what am I going to do tonight? And I had like a bag of Coke. I go, fuck it. I'm going to go get her. This is how crazy I was. I went to the dude's house, who she told me. I knocked on the door. It was 3:15 in the morning. And he's like, Coco, what are you doing here? I go, I got to talk to Lori. There's something missing. He goes, hold on, Lori? And she came down, and she comes outside. He's got a robe on. She's got a robe on. And I look her straight in the face. I go, listen, I got like 2 8-balls in my pocket. Get dressed. Let's get the fuck out of here. And she's like, I can't. And I go, you have to. And we argued there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I want to suck your pussy. I want to do dirty things to you.
Jesus.
I don't give a fuck about the VD or the Jack or the dry hump. I'm on fire. And she's like, well, give me 10 minutes. And how am I going to sneak out here? I don't know. So I waited outside first. She's like, I'll put Lou in bed and I'll run out. About 15 minutes later, I see her running out with her purse with like a bank deposit bag. I can't take him anymore. Fuck him. We were on foot. It's 4:30 in the morning. Only Avenue, North Bergen. There's a bunch of those dirty hotels. So I'm like, oh, I got a score here. I got Coke. She's got money. I'm going to fuck her. I'm excited. We go back to a hotel. We finally registered. It's like $30. They asked us if we wanted the jacuzzi in the room and shit. It was one of those dirty hotels on Tunley as you go into New York City. We went in there. We walk in and she goes, rule number 1, you are not going to fuck me. It's 5 in the morning. There goes my fucking. There goes this night. And all of a sudden she looks at me. She goes, well, if you could guess the color of my panties, I'll fuck you. And I'm like, okay, red. And she goes, they're green, but good enough. We started snorting coke. It was filthy. I went 5 in the afternoon, and Dudley was throwing that quarterback, that touchdown. In 1984 or 83, Doug Flutie, I was waking up. She was naked, ripped apart. I'm waking up, and Doug Flutie's throwing the touchdown. I got dressed and got the fuck out and never saw her again. Never said, and I even robbed the money. I took everything. She pops up on Facebook about 2 years ago, and I'm like, Lori, how are you? She's like, fuck you, you faggot, and all this shit. She's like, you left me there that night, but we had a good time. Fuck yeah, we had a good time. And I hit her back. I go, what color are your panties? And she goes, what's that supposed to mean? It's fucking tremendous.
Hilarious.
I gave me something. She had something. Fuck. It was 84. Rock Hudson was dying. I didn't use a condom. I knew the consequences. I'm like, fuck it. So I knew I was going to get something, and I probably did. I got crabs after that over the holidays. That was 4. I got, 84, 85 season. I got crabs. I found out at a bathroom in Port Authority. I went to Port Authority to take a shit, and I pulled my pants down, and I'm sitting there reading the paper, and I see a crab. Like I saw something jump, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I had never heard it. Nothing. I went home and took my underwear off and got like a magnifying glass. It was over. It was all over me. They were all over the couch. I had to bring a bomb into the room, like one of those fucking bug bombs, and leave for 12 hours.
Did you really?
Oh, I crabbed up the whole fucking thing. It was crabbed up for like a month, dog.
Oh, God.
The lady next door knocked on my thing. I was living in Tenafly, New Jersey. Lady next door knocks. Do you have a bug problem? I'm like, no. I don't know what happened. Ever since you moved in here, there's been bugs and shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, the handle that I would hold, the ones when you were in Taekwondo, and they had the wood in the top, and they had 4 inches of canvas, and you would stand in front of it. And
Makiwara.
A Makiwara.
Yeah.
And it would have like your knuckles.
Those guys would really audition their knuckles.
We would save our money. We were geeks. That's what we did at 12. But I had little goombas in my neighborhood, and when they were 12, they did something completely different. They went behind the school and they would roll one joint and put it in a piece of glass tube and light it up, and we would drink Boone's Farm, the fruit shit, and I'd get pukey. So I didn't know who to hang out with, so I would have to be like a double agent. That was a tough job for me as a 12-year-old. I liked hanging out with my karate geeks, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Going to competitions. I like doing forms. I like doing the semi-contact competitions where you couldn't kick above the head.
Yeah, those are good for kids.
But you don't like it anyway, but you still kick the kid and get disqualified. But fuck it, I kicked him in the jaw. Did you see? You know, this is in life was simple for me. So I had to make a decision because the cool kids didn't get no pussy. They just weren't into pussy. They would talk about girls, and they maybe had a crush on the girl in the 430 class, but they never asked her to come to any of the events. My other buddies were into pussy. So eventually I cut the karate fucks out, and I started hanging out with the little druggies, and you make your transition into, and from those development ages, like I tried to hide my drug use. I tried to hide it, especially the marijuana use. For 2 or 3 years, it was marijuana.
Wow.
Then I became a freshman. I didn't start basketball my freshman year. I decided let's venture out into this acid thing. Let's venture out into this mescaline thing. Ooh. It was a different name. It was mescaline, but it really wasn't mescaline, Joe Rogan. It was a little tablet. Peyote? No, it wasn't even peyote. It was a little thing.
Aren't they the same?
Excuse me?
Isn't it a similar compound?
Peyote, yeah. But mescal, what they sell you in the South,
right.
They supposedly put it in tequila or something.
That's mezcal, right?
Yeah, this is something that 2 little fucking white made in a pill. It was rat poison with something else, and it was very tiny. It was maybe a little size. That's it. And it came in aluminum foil, even smaller than that.
Wow.
Even smaller than that. Way smaller. That's it. You paid $80 for it, and you got 100 of those. You sold them for $3 a piece, and that would fuck you up for 6 hours with a 2 hours in between, an hour buffer, an hour to come down. And I did that for 3 or 4 months. Then they introduced me to THC Crystal, which they sold it as, what we do is a bunch of stems and seeds from the reefer. We put it in a pot, and we boil that pot. And whatever separates from the stems and the seeds that goes to the sides, we scrape that off, and that's what you snort in your nose.
Oh my God!
So I had like a karate rule that I would always just smoke it and do the sculling, but I was never gonna put nothing in my nose.
Oh, you had a rule: drug addict put something in their nose.
Right, like that's it. Like that. That's a complete different range. I'll never shoot heroin, and I'll never put nothing in my nose. As a karate man. I had karate morals. Yeah. I was just straight away with the reefer. And then I finally ended up in that fucking Gorilla Biscuit shit. Because that's what it was. It was angel dust. They just told you. And I went on an angel dust tear. Like every Sunday, me and my friend Carlos would buy a 6-pack of Michelob. He only liked Michelob. He has two good friends. Tonight is kind of special. The beer will pour. Must say something more. Yeah, call it tonight.
Oh, that's Lowenbrow.
Yeah, Lowenbrow. What are we talking about?
Michelob?
Michelob. No, we would drink Lowenbrow.
Lowenbrow. Oh, that one.
We would get a 6-pack of Lowenbrow and fucking snort a $10 package of THC. My mother would go to the track on Sundays, so I knew she wouldn't come back till 7. So me and him would snort it. As soon as my mother stepped foot in that car at 11, me and him would have it, and we'd snort it, and then fucking just sit around and be fucking bees all day.
Yeah.
But that was a development, and then I went to my mom died. I just went on an acid tab for fucking a year, all different types of. God knows what was in those goddamn things. God fucking knows.
And then, you know, I start, like, seeing things like, oh, this is like your mom's house bit. I need to send it to Tom.
Yeah, you
like,
sample good ones.
I tell a story about taking a shit without 90 people hitting me up the next day telling me that was the most brilliant story in the world. We're going to send it to Tom Segura. I tell a shit story.
I know, I'm the shit. It's awesome.
I fart myself or something disgusting. And 2 days later, sure enough, you're playing the fucking YouTube video and howling with your wife. I'm out.
On shit stories for sure. And he told us about when he shit in his backyard and somebody thought a bear had come.
I'll never forget. The lady, she would let her dogs out every day at night, and then she would clean up. They were all French poodles.
Yeah.
Ass is high up in the air. We're just reeling back from the shit. Like, what the fuck?
She went like this, and she was like 58, so she squinted at the shit up against the wall. But here's what's beautiful. I took a shit, and I put my back against the wall. So when I shit, when you shit outside, it's not going to be a decent shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be like explosive. So when I got up, it looks like somebody got shot in the head. There was shit behind me on the wall. So she's sitting there with her French poodles and her little chihuahuas, and she's looking at the wall like, what the fuck happened there? And all of a sudden, she actually walks up close to it and squints and looks down on it and looks around and runs in the house. I'm watching all this. I can't breathe. And now I go to the computer because my wife's very decent. And I'm sitting there for a half hour. And then my wife comes in and she goes, were you home all day today? I go, yeah, why? She goes, I just had a conversation with Susan. She wanted to know if you heard anything in the backyard because some animal took a shot there. I went to get sushi. Like, you ever go get sushi and eat a lot of it? And it pushes everything out of your ass.
Yes.
And you had plans to go get a weed store. You were going to go to the post office. But I made a detour. I planned to go home, but I left the house key in the house. So I had to climb around the window. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So when I pulled myself up, I actually landed with my stomach on the window.
And now you really
made it push it out more. Like I'm like, and my hands are struggling in the window, and my left feet are on the other side, and the cats are meowing at me, scratching at me, right? Like it's me, you fuck. And so I ran down the stairs and shit outside.
Oh my God!
But I took a shit in Fabian's backyard after a 5-hour drive from Colton or some weird town.
Didn't he not tell you after that for a while?
For a while. I took a shit, and then he ran over it with his car, and the whole backyard smelled like sewage waste. I go over there the next day. He goes, it smells back here. Let's talk in the house. He goes, I don't know what happened. And you can see the brown shit. He smushed it with this tire, and a bunch. He didn't talk to me for a month after that. Who takes the shit yard?
How did he find it's you?
Because I'm the truth. What am I going to lie to the guy?
Yeah, the time when you know that it's, and the sensitivity of your inner asshole region is amazing.
It is. It knows.
Especially when you go to seep out a fart, right? When you're like about to cut a fart, and then all of a sudden alarms start going off. You're like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. And you got to clamp shut. You're like, oh, Jesus, what is this?
We were having a debate yesterday about why are they sometimes hot? Like, why is it hot? And then why do you know that hot's gonna smell bad?
Spicy food, bro.
But is that what it is solely?
I would imagine.
I don't know. I was telling you guys at one time my freshman year I didn't take a shit for a week and a half. I used to American cheese and Orion fries.
Wait a minute.
Listen to me.
How long is that? 10 days?
That's a long time, man.
When I was a freshman, I played freshman ball and we were playing Patterson Eastside. That's just a jungle of a school. Like, you got to be careful when you go in there. And we went there to play the Christmas tournament.
Wait, what kind of ball are we talking right now?
Basketball.
Oh, basketball.
And I hadn't taken a shit for like 10 days. I was backed up something. I took acid, something fucked my stomach up. I didn't tell nobody. In those days, I was really scared of doctors, and I wouldn't say shit to nobody. And on the way home, we got on the bus. And while we were waiting there, my stomach started hurting. And I said, Jesus Christ, I don't know if I'm going to shit myself or fart, but let me just take a chance.
Good move.
And I blew this fart, Joe Rogan. That was so bad, right? We were on a bus, and people started running, you know, the school buses? People started running to the windows, right, to swing down the bus windows. But here's what gets better. I farted again, and the teachers were going, oh, my God, he's changing flavors. But the worst thing was the cheerleaders were crying. That's how bad it smelled. They were sitting in front of the bus going,
Wait a minute. He's changing changing flavors.
One of the just yelled out, "Oh my God, he's changing flavors." That's how bad these farts were.
Oh my God, he's changing flavors.
The whole stunk. So I'll never forget looking at the cheerleaders. And they were like, "Oh my God, we've never smelled like this before." It was fucking God. It's comedy. Stop with the fucking.
Do you know that
start.
you almost hospitalized me one time swimming so hard? Like, I don't know if you remember this. I'm serious. I don't even know if I could tell it. It was backstage. It was backstage at his show. We were somewhere, and you were like, "How's the wife?" I go, "Good." And I go, "You go, where is she?" And I said some city in Tennessee, maybe Knoxville or Nashville. And you go, "Nashville, 96. And you started the story about working the club, and you're like, I just riffed in between shows, some crazy shit.
Some chick talking. There was 8 people there was 20 people for the first show. Knoxville. It was a Comedy Zone show. I had booked it. Knoxville's a great little fucking town. Like a cute little Tennessee town.
Is it?
It's like hip. It's a football, like a college town. So I get there on Friday night, Joe Rogan. I'm headlining. I got 38 minutes. I just moved to L.A. and I signed with Creative Management, and they booked those rooms. So they were booking me out as a headliner. I was just dying slow dead. So what they did was they put me in one-nighters that paid like $275 a night. They weren't bad. Clark, Tennessee, And we go to this Knoxville for 2 nights, and I go in there, and you know me, dog, I'm fucking crazy. First night I go in there, Friday night, there's 20 people for the first show. And there's a girl, Joe Rogan, that's a 12. With a guy that's a 4. It's her birthday, Meanwhile, she just turned 21. It's her birthday. Okay, hi, happy birthday. What's going on here? Because once you react to it as a comic, and you go, what's going on here? You're 21. I said, you're very beautiful. And then she just went and ran with it and started talking about how her husband pimps her out. He would fights on, and for $20 you could fuck him in the back room.
20?
That on Fridays he would bring her to the construction truck. He would a truck with her to the construction site and put a mattress in the back. And at lunch, friends, and she's telling me this. It's like she's talking, and people like just holding their breaths, like, what is going on here? This girl is beautiful, and this. So in between those, I go upstairs to do a line or smoke a joint or whatever the fuck I'm doing. When I come back, I see her by herself, and we start talking. What's going on? Oh my God, I had such a great time. I go, is that stuff true? And she goes, yeah. I go, show me the monkey. And she took me in the woman's room, pulled down her pants. The girl had a monkey that was spotless. She nearly stunk. I ate it. I fingered it or something, and then sucked my dick. That was it. I went back to my room. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I scored. I go back for the second show. There's 8 people. But by the time I go back for the second show, Joe Rogan, she's sitting in the back. She's 21, and she's looking at me like this. She's fucked up. Minutes into my spot, as a line, and she starts going, I sucked the comedian's dick tonight. And her husband's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I sucked his dick, and he came in my mouth. He's like, what the fuck are you about? The cops had to hold him back, and he's like, I want my $40. That's all he wanted. He didn't care that his wife sucked my dick at this comedy bathroom.
Oh, my God.
When the cops came, he kept saying, man, somebody's going to get hurt if I don't have my $40. That's a $40 blowjob. Did you come in her mouth? Because if I wouldn't, it would have been like 20. All he cared about was the $40, dog.
So he told me backstage at your show, and I fucking started hyperventilating.